Welcome to another edition of Reading with Rockfish. I'm so happy you're here. It's me, SL Rockfish. Thank you for joining me here at the SL Rockfish YouTube channel. As you know, today is a reading day. So Reading with Rockfish on Sundays and Wednesdays. And then English Makes No Sense on Tuesdays and Fridays. And I don't know why I keep doing this with my hand, but I do. So, happy, beautiful summer day. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to work on, I love nursery rhymes. They've made me want to learn how to read. And I practice reading them, and my parents made us practice reading them. And then when we were in school, our teachers made us practice reading them, and you had to get up in front of the class and recite to your classmates. And in 4th grade, we had to memorize poems. We had to memorize them and keep them up here and get up in front of the class. You had to have 2. And I was in Mrs. McDermott's class. I don't remember the ones that I learned for hers, but I do remember one my friend taught me. Or it was my sister Georgiana. I don't remember. Bad memory on that one. Here's the poem I remember. I never saw a purple cow. I never hoped to see one. But I can tell you anyhow, I'd rather see than be one. That one, I believe I did learn in Miss McDermott's class. But this one that I just see memories spark when you have a train of thought. This poem is from my sister Georgiana, I think. Birdie, birdie in the sky, drop some whitewash in my eye. I'm no baby, I'm no cry, just so long as the cows don't fly. I know. Why that sticks in my head 40 years later, I'll never know. Almost 50 years later. But it does. So, when you memorize things, they just stick with you sometimes. Today we're going to practice, I'm going to read one of my favorite nursery rhymes. I didn't even know it was a nursery rhyme. I just thought it was a poem. And if you're just learning English, it's great for practicing English. And I'm going to hold it up like that so you can see this is the house that Jack built. You could probably freeze frame if you want to see all the words. Okay? Not a lot of pictures, but it's got a good rhythm. And if you're just learning how to read, it's a great practice. You could find it on the internet or at the library if they're open, because Corona's got a lot of things closed. Or just look at this one. Okay? Now, I'm going to read it. This is the house that Jack built. And this poem I like because it's got a beat. This is the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. See, they have malt. People used to have malt a lot. Now I only think of it as come to get a chocolate malt or strawberry malt at the ice cream stand or at McDonald's or wherever you get malts. But this is the malt powder, I assume. Let's start again. This is the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. Jack's got rats. This is the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. Don't pet that cat. This is the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. That's all the illustration you get, so got to keep it in your mind. This is the cow with the crumpled horn that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the maiden all forlorn. Forlorn is a word we used a lot when I was in grade school. It's another word for sad. Okay? Rewind. This is the maiden all forlorn that milked the cow with the crumpled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt, that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the man all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden all forlorn. Kissing. That milked the cow with the crumpled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt, that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the priest all shaven and shorn, that married the man all tattered and torn, that kissed the maidens all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt, that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cock that crowed in the morn, that waked the priest all shaven and shorn, that married the man all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt, that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the farmer sowing his corn, that kept the cock that crowed in the morn, that waked the priest all shaven and shorn, that married the man all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt, that lay in the house that Jack built. Because in my mind, I could hear a song while I was reading it. Now, I'm going to hold this up so in case you want to freeze frame that. Okay, this one right here. Hopefully you can see it. Let me get a little closer. Okay, got it? If you're a kid who's been out of school forever, which is most of the kids in the United States anyway, and you want to practice your reading out loud, or if you're an adult who wants to hear your kid read because they haven't read in so long, or if you're just learning English, take a look at these books. Take a look at rhymes. This book right here is from when I was a kid. And when I was a kid, my parents had, the encyclopedia salesman came around. No internet. And they sold sets of books to families. This one was published in 1962, before I was born. Oh, that's how old it is. But the nursery rhyme is still there. Okay, here's another one. Last one, I promise. It has all the vowel sounds that you need to hear. Got it? Now, 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. 5, 6, pick up sticks. 7, 8, lay them straight. 9, 10, a big fat hen. 11, 12, dig and delve. That's new. I never knew that. Dig and delve. 13, 14, maids a courting. 15, 16, maids in the kitchen. 17, 18, maids in waiting. 19, 20, my plate's empty. I've always gone up to number 10. So these are all new to me. But this is a really good, another great one to practice reading with. Ta-da! Or, just to see if you can come up with something. Maybe that's what we could do as a writing assignment. Try to do a 1, 2, buckle my shoe. And try to do something in your own, a little more timely. Okay? Next time we're going to read a few more, because I just like the nursery rhymes, and it's summer, so we're going to keep it short and sweet. I thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed reading it, because I like how it just keeps going over and over. If you need to practice reading and writing, this is the cat that ate the rat that... it's awesome. And it's easy to do. So parents, have your kid read it to you. Kids, read it to your parents. Even if they're on their phones, say, hey, I want to read to you. And if you're just learning how to read or practice reading English a little better, take a look at that frame on the video and try it. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed talking to you today. As always, be kind to one another, treat each other the way you want to be treated, and remember to be safe. Peace, friends.